cricket show is going to be as exciting as it can get. And the reason that I say that is because two exciting matches happened. One is the match which happened, is the first one, which was definitely a mouth-watering T20 series between two teams, England versus New Zealand, which happened yesterday. And that was the final T20 match. That was the decider, and you could not have had a better end to the series than that. And one would have probably gone back talking about the 2019 World Cup, where the Kiwis were actually robbed of a victory. I mean, there was, as you know, there was a lot of, but as you know, England won the 2019 World Cup. But once again, it was England who were the victors, but not before a lot of drama that happened at McLean Park, at the Eden Park in Auckland, in New Zealand, where New Zealand, even after making a good score, it all went. It was like an enactment of what happened in the 2019 50 overs World Cup. It happened in the T20 series as well. So just imagine, it tells you how strong both the teams are, England and New Zealand. And what happened was that the scores were tied after 20 overs, not 20 overs, the 20 over game did not take place because of rain at Eden in Auckland. And it was decided that both the teams would be into a thrash out of 11 overs. And in the 11 hours, finally, when it ended in a tie, it was a wonderful, wonderful match. It ended in a tie. It went into the super over, but this time, England, and they won the match. And what an exciting match that was. So I would have the privilege, the pleasure to go ahead and share that in my Cricket Happening show today. Well, the other match that happened, which happened today, it happened in India. It was, and also let me tell you, England won against New Zealand. The verdict was 3-2, and congratulations to England. As I said, it was a mouth-watering T20 series. Now we are looking at India versus Bangladesh. India versus Bangladesh. This was the final T20 match, another T20 which was being played at the Jamta Stadium in Nagpur. And what a performance from the Indian bowlers. First, the batsman Shreyas Iyer slamming 62. India going on to a score of 174 in their 20 overs. Shreyas Iyer giving a real lift to the innings there. And after that, Bangladesh were chasing 174. They lost the match by 30 runs. But what a sterling performance from a dream performance, one could say. In fact, a new record was set in T20 cricket today when the Indian swing bowler by the name Deepak Chahar went on to pick up 6 wickets for 7 runs, and he broke the record that was set by the former Sri Lankan mystery spinner Ajantha Mendis, who took 6 wickets for 8 runs against Zimbabwe. And today it was Deepak Chahar, the Indian bowler, actually going on and picking up not only becoming of the best figures in T20 cricket in the world. Of what a bowling spell that was. That we could call it a dream bowling spell. 3.2 overs, 1 maiden, 7 runs and 6 wickets. And the T20 wickets record now belongs to an Indian bowler, Deepak Chahar. Take a bow, Deepak Chahar. Not only did he go and pick up the best bowling, do the best bowling in T20 cricket, but he also went on to bag a hat-trick, which has been never done by an Indian bowler in T20 cricket. Or probably my stats might be wrong, I don't know. But as far as I know, in T20 cricket, to me, this was the first hat-trick by an Indian bowler, Deepak Chahar. And Deepak Chahar, very rightly, was given not only the man of the match, he also went on to bag the man of the series award. And also a special mention to the all-rounder Shivam Dube. Shivam Dube from Mumbai. What a bowling spell from him. He picked up the big wickets. He knocked off Mushfiqur Rahim with a rip-roaring Yorker. And Naeem, who was looking threatening for India as he had gone on to 81, was sent back to the pavilion by Shivam Dube, and that was the vital wickets. And Shivam Dube also doing a wonderful job with the ball, picking up 3 wickets for 30 runs, and then Chahal picking the balance, and the Bangladeshis were defeated by 30 runs. India winning the T20 series against Bangladesh 2-1. Well, now let's get on to the nitty-gritty of what happened. So let's move on first to the Eden Park in Auckland, which will talk about the match, which is the 4th T20 match that happened there between England and New Zealand. As I said, rain was the spoiled sport. One would have expected it to be a 20-over. And as you know, Eden Park in Auckland has very short boundaries. I definitely said that it will be a run feast. And the match was reduced to 11 overs a side game. And it was New Zealand who batted first. New Zealand batted first. The openers got off to a whirlwind start, one could say, with Martin Guptill dominating proceedings right from the word go, as he clattered 50 of just 20 deliveries, which included 5 spanking sixes and 3 boundaries. Colin Munro was an sort of a real able companion in the shot making, as he clubbed 46 of 21 deliveries, 2 fours and 4 sixes. And it was really the England bowlers were definitely at the mercy of the New Zealand openers, Martin Guptill and Colin Munro. And it was 83 runs that was added by these 2 batsmen in 5.1 overs. Sam Curran, Tom Curran, Jordan, Rashid, everybody disappeared for runs. After that, they decided to, and then Rashid was the one who gave them the breakthrough by picking up Martin Guptill's wicket. There was a big relief on England's faces there after Martin Guptill was dismissed. What a bout of hitting from Martin Guptill. Munro, 46. Grant Holmes, promoted to the batting order, just hit 1 boundary. He was gone for 6. After that, Tim Seaford took over, and he went as he put some innovation as well as in stroke making, and he showed what a wonderful hitter of the ball he is, as he made 39 of 16 deliveries, which included 5 sixes and 1 boundary. And that was said, New Zealand 146 for 5 of their 11 overs, going at a clip of 13.27. The England bowlers, Sam Curran, 2 overs, 1 for 33, received a lot of tap there. Tom Curran, 2 overs, no maiden, 1 for 30. Chris Jordan, 2 overs, none for 28. Adil Rashid, 3 overs, no maiden, 1 for 34. Saqib Mahmood, 2 overs, 1 for 20. So it was simply a sort of a real exhibition of batting there. And then England were given a target of 147 runs to win, and their start was never good. Banton hit a 6, and that was it for him. He was LBW bowled for 7 of 4 deliveries, 1 6. After that, James Vince came as soon as he came, was dismissed as soon as he came to the crease. Tim Southee picking up his wicket as Vince went for an airy drive. He was gone for 1, and it was really trouble for England as they lost 2 wickets pretty quickly. Jonathan Bairstow was there, so he made a good contribution. But in the meanwhile, Morgan was out for just 17 of 7, 1 4 and 2 sixes. And then they definitely required somebody to stand there, and that came in the form of Sam Curran, who came in and gave good company to Jonathan Bairstow. Sam Curran himself contributing 24 of 11 deliveries, 2 fours and 2 sixes. Jonathan Bairstow was there till the end, making 47 of 18, which included 5 sixes and 2 boundaries. and the match got as exciting as it went. And Sam Billings was there, not out on 11. Gregory hit a six and departed. Tom Curran was out there, but Chris Jordan was taking the last over. James Neesham was given the last over, and that is how the match ended in a tie, with Chris Jordan hitting a six and a boundary, and he was remaining not out on 12, and that ended in a tie with New Zealand and England scores tied at 146. Now, as far as the bowling went for the Kiwis, Trent Boyer was 2 for 35, was 2 for 20. Cullen, 1 over went for 20. East Sodhi got a bit of thrashing. His over cost him 22 runs. James Neesham, 2 overs, no maiden, 2 for 25. And now, as I said, it had all the makings of the 50 overs World Cup, as what happened was that it went on to a super over. It went on to the super over, and in the super over, it was I'm just going to tell you about the super over now as to what really happened. Let's have a look at the super over and see what really panned out at Eden Park in Auckland. So the super over was started. It was England were the ones who prevailed in the super over. So we are talking about the super over here. And what a super over we had. Chris Jordan was once again the hero with the ball. The super over, it started off with Martin Guptill walking in with, I think it was James Neesham. I just need to check onto my thing. Yes, Seifert actually opened with Martin Guptill. Seifert hit a boundary, but it was good bowling, one thought, from Jordan. But before that, let's talk about England. England had Morgan and Barstow coming into the super over. Morgan hit a six of the bowling of Saudi, the second delivery, and then we saw one more six coming up in that over when Barstow had his turn to hit a six of the bowling of Saudi. And finally, it was England had got 17 runs in that period. The bowler was Tim Southee. Now, it was the turn for the Kiwis to have a go at it. 18 runs to win in the super over. Chris Jordan was given the responsibility of going and bowling the super over to two good batsmen, Tim Seifert, who had done very well initially, and Martin Guptill. Seifert actually had the strike for 4 deliveries. He could manage just one boundary. Chris Jordan was on the money, one could say. And finally, there were only 2 balls left. Guptill could not do much with the 5th delivery, just getting a single. Grandholm came in. Grandholm could not get a single. What an over from Jordan there. 17 runs to get. And Jordan almost does a Jofra Archer here, one could say. 2, 3, 7 runs. And the batsmen were kept quiet later, and it was all over. The Kiwis had lost the match. England had won the super over. England beat New Zealand 3-2 in this mouth-watering T20 series. And congratulations to England. Well, now we look at the other match, as I said, India versus Bangladesh. What a match, India versus Bangladesh. It all started off, Bangladesh probably would have been thinking that they got a win against India in the first T20, and this would be their chance to probably go and pick up their first ever T20 series win against India. But that was not to be, as India were the ones who batted first, and they did not have a good start. Shafiul Islam, knocked off the furniture of Rohit Sharma for just 2 runs. And after that, Shikhar Dhawan was gone for 90. And okay, let me tell you one thing here. The toss was won by Mahmudullah, the Bangladeshi skipper. And this was, I would say, the toss was very, very crucial because, as you know, the dew factor comes into effect towards the late night. And I thought the Bangladeshi captain was very lucky to win the toss. And one thought that, India would be the ones who would be really finding it difficult. But I have to say, hats off to the Indian bowlers, hats off to the Indian reserve bowlers who did a fantastic job in going and winning the match by 30 runs. I would say kudos to the Indian team, because, first of all, they did not have the luck of the toss. Bangladesh were the ones who won the toss, inserted the Indians in, but India definitely did a good job thanks to the batting of Shreyas Iyer, who really started. He went after the part-time bowler off-spinner Afif Hussain by hitting him for 3 sixes in a row, and all those. Let me tell you, Shreyas Iyer from Mumbai was hitting that really, really big, absolutely full Monty, one could say, as Shreyas Iyer was the one who really gave the impetus to the innings with 62 of 33 deliveries, which included 5 sixes and 3 boundaries. KL Rahul, he made a very, very wonderful contribution of 52 runs of 35 deliveries, which included 7 boundaries. And finally, Rishabh Pant once again has failed with the bat. He was gone for just 6. He was clean bowled by the part-time bowler Soumya Sarkar. Manish Pandey was not out on 22 of 13 deliveries, which included 3 boundaries. And finally, as I said, thanks to the batting of Shreyas Iyer, India reached a very good total. One thought on this pitch, but again, the advantage was definitely with Bangladesh because of the dew factor coming into account finally late in the evening. But let's have a look at the bowling figures from the Bangladeshi bowlers. Al Amin Hussain, 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 22. Shafiul Islam, 4 overs, no maiden, 32 runs and 2 wickets. I thought he bowled very well. Also credit to Amin Hussain, who did a good job. Mustafizur Rahman, unfortunately, went for 42 runs with 4 overs. Aminul Islam, the leg spinner, even though he could not pick up the wickets, I thought he has had a very good series here, and it is forebodings of some very good things to come for the right-arm leg spinner Aminul Islam. 3 overs, no maiden, none for 29. Soumya Sarkar, 4 overs, 29, did a decent job. Afif Hussain, as I said, Shreyas Iyer absolutely, I would say, caned him for 20 runs. And now it was the turn for the Bangladesh batting to chase a total of 174. As I said, India definitely were at a disadvantage because of the dew factor coming into account. And let's see how Bangladesh fared there. It all started with Deepak Chahar giving a quick breakthrough to the Indians as he picked up the wicket of Liton Das. And this was a good catch taken, one thought, from Washington Sundar on the boundary line, as it was in the air, and a wonderful catch taken on the pull shot of Liton Das. So Chahar had taken his first wicket. Liton Das was gone, out for 9 of 8 deliveries with 2 boundaries. The next to go was Soumya Sarkar, golden duck. Chahar was the bowler, and Chahar got a ball to Soumya Sarkar. That was a big wicket, according to me, because Soumya Sarkar is such a wonderful stroke player. It was a wide, full and wide outside the off stump. Sarkar went for it, and in the mid off, it was Shivam Dubey taking the catch. He was gone for not. A golden duck for Soumya Sarkar, and now it was Mohammad Mithun, and Mohammad Naeem slowly started settling things for Bangladesh from 12 for 2. It was a good partnership. Mohammad Naeem was definitely getting into his element. He was really absolutely charged up. He went after the bowlers. He went after all the bowlers. He hit Khalil Ahmed for 3 boundaries in a single over. Then he turned his attention to Yuzvendra Chahal, hitting him for a couple of boundaries. And then he also mastered Washington Sundar's off spin by hitting him for a few boundaries. As that went on, Mohammad Naeem and Mohammad Mithun had done a good job. They had exactly, I would say, they helped Bangladesh recover from 12 for 2 in 2.5 overs to 110 in the 13th over, which was a wonderful job done. 98 runs were scored by this pair of Mohammad Naeem. I thought it was very impressive. Mohammad Naeem, the young Mohammad Naeem, was doing a fantastic job there. Mohammad Mithun made 27 of 29, and this was the time it all started. Mohammad Mithun was dismissed by Chahar. It was Mohammad Midun trying the big shot there in the 14th over, and he was gone to Chahar for 27. Now, the score read with Mohammad Naeem at the crease, Mushfiqur Rahim walking in. Bangladesh would have definitely said, and the due factor coming in. To Mohammad Naeem was absolutely well settled at the crease. Mushfiqur Rahim was walking to the crease, and we know what Mushfiqur Rahim is capable of. Now, this was Rohit Sharma, the Indian captain, tossing the ball to Shivam Dube. And look at what this was, according to me, the real turning point in the game, according to me, because Shivam Dube picked up the big wickets. First, he picked up the Mushfiqur Rahim with a golden duck. What a delivery from Shivam Dube. An absolutely rip-roaring Yorker. This was the first one. Mushfiqur Rahim was out. And this was a sort of a change of pace. And Mushfiqur Rahim was absolutely, totally defeated by this delivery, as he wanted to just put it down to the third man region. And he ended up, as I said, this ball there was a change of pace by Shivam Dube, and Mushfiqur Rahim was shaping to actually, just dab it down to the third man region, but he was absolutely cramped up, and the ball went on to hit the furniture, and that was a big wicket for India, as Mushfiqur Rahim out for a golden duck, bowled by Shivam Dube. And after that, Afif Hussain, that was the time Afif Hussain actually walked in after Mushfiqur Rahim. No, it was Mohammad Naeem. Mohammad Naeem was there, and the other experienced batsman, Mahmudullah, was walking in. And Mohammad Naeem, let me tell you, everything was going very well for Bangladesh. They lost Mushfiqur Rahim, but they had nothing to worry, because Mohammad Naeem was well settled at the crease, and because with Mohammad Naeem was on strike, and look at what happened. Mohammad Naeem, who was batting on 81 of 48 deliveries, 10 fours and 2 sixes. What a strike from that man, young man from Mumbai, Shivam Dube, a rip-roaring Yorker, and Naeem was trying to give himself room, backing away, but the ball tailed in at the last moment, and his off stump was ripped out of position there. And this was absolutely splendid stuff from this young bowler, Shivam Dube, as Mohammad Naeem, who was the most threatening batsman in Bangladesh camp today, was dismissed for a wonderful 81, but it was still a long way to go for India, because Mahmudullah was at the crease. And then Afif Hussain and Shivam Dube did not stop at that. He went on to dismiss Afif Hussain of the very first ball. He bowled a ball which actually lifted on him, and Shivam Dube was, and in fact, Afif Hussain was trying to tuck it through his. Tucked the ball away, but the ball actually went into the air, and it was a catch. It was Shivam Dube himself poaching the catch of his own bowling, and now Bangladesh were in trouble at 126 for 6. But again, they still had the hope, because their experienced bloke, Mahmudullah, was still at the crease, and we all know what Mahmudullah can do. What a wonderful finisher he is in an innings. And now, for India, the main thing now was to get the wicket of Mahmudullah. So what he did is Deepak Chahar came back into the attack, and Deepak Chahar made sure that Bangladesh wouldn't have anything for themselves, as he started. In fact, Chahal was given the ball. In fact, it was not Deepak Chahar, it was Yuzendra Chahal, the right arm leg spinner, came into the attack. And Mahmudullah was in the company of tailenders. And now, what Mahmudullah should have done, he tried to do what exactly he had to do, and that was to go and have a go at Yuzendra Chahal. But one has to really say tremendous skills by Chahal, because Chahal knew that Mahmudullah, the skipper, would be coming down the wicket, He totally deceived him in the flight, and it was all over. Mahmudullah stumps had gone. Middle stump was lying on the ground. Mahmudullah was gone, bowled by Chahal for 8, and now India knew for a fact that this match is in India's hand now. And Chahar, Deepak Chahar, did not waste any time. He castled Aminul Islam for 9. He took the wicket of Shafiul Islam for 4. Mustafizur Rahim was sent for 1. Match was over. India had won the match by 30 runs. India won the T20 series 2-1. Amin Hussain was not out on not 144 all out the Bangladeshis. And Deepak Chahar's bowling figures can be written in gold today for India, as now Deepak Chahar holds the record, holds the T20 record for the best bowling analysis in T20 cricket history. 3.2 overs, no maidens, 7 runs, and 6 wickets written in gold there. Deepak Chahar. And Deepak Chahar was named the player of the match, and also he was named player of the series. Khalil Ahmed, 4 overs none for 27. I thought he bowled much better than the previous matches. Washington Sundar, 4 overs none for 34, and very unusually a bit costly there. Yuzvendra Chahal today got taken for runs, 4 overs 143. But Shivam Dube was the one, according to me, was the turning point, because he picked up some vital wickets of Mushfiqur Rahim, and also he picked up the wicket of a very marauding Mohammad Naeem, and that was all over. 30-run victory for India, and full credit to India and the Rohit Sharma's boys. And the reason I say that is because this is not a full-strength Indian team. It is a team which is having some reserve. All the big names were missing, and I think kudos to the Indian bowlers for doing this. Especially, they deserve greater credit than this. The reason I say that is because the due factor was still in place, but Deepak Chahar and Shivam Dube have to be really commended for their performance, especially Deepak Chahar on a pitch where, because of the due factor, you can't even grip the ball. This bloke, Deepak Chahar, has returned world record bowling figures in T20 cricket history of 6 wickets for 7 runs. Take a bow, Deepak Chahar. And with this, I would be concluding my cricket show for today by saying goodbye to you all. Catch up with me on my cricket tweets on my Twitter page. Also, you can visit my cricket website, www.cricket-status.com. Thanks for your company as always, dear friends and subscribers. This is your host, Ram, bidding goodbye this on a Sunday. Thank you.